else. And okay, so where were we? So how this one is from Scott. How do we fix our Hoosier economy and regarding to homelessness?
Yeah, so this is an important issue. And I think when we look at the homelessness issue, we actually can see more instances where the government actually interferes with helping homeless than they do in succeeding to give them better conditions or making their life more not on the streets. So when we look at it, often they got in the way of churches opening their doors to homeless advocates. They got in the way of individuals. There's one city, and I apologize, I can't remember the name of the city, but just this year, they were trying to pass an ordinance where only a married couple can live in the household and they can't have anybody rent from them. Um, and they actually try to make the number ridiculous, and I'm pretty sure that any court will overturn it in the long run. But the point is the government has tried to make it hard to care for homeless individuals, and so we can often get the government out of the way in those situations. And I'm a true believer in that libertarianism really doesn't work unless we have volunteerism, and so we need to do the groundwork. We need to volunteer. We need to come behind organizations that really do help and benefit homeless. But in addition to that, we can also look at reasons why individuals are homeless. And one of the largest reasons is veterans. Veterans don't have the mental health that they should have. And my vet care program is designed to fix that so that they can get the mental health and come back to civilian life and adjust easier. And so hopefully by addressing some of those core issues within some of the meaningful legislation that I will present, we can actually reduce homelessness. When it comes to the economy, there's so many different issues with it. But ultimately, I want to get Hoosiers more of their money back to them. So we're going to talk about how we reduce the waste in Washington and ultimately benefit you by reducing your taxes. And when we talk about the waste, I don't think everybody immediately assumes, well, what about Medicare? What about this program and this program that serves me? I'm just talking about simply looking at the programs that aren't functioning and working and the lobbyists that have lobbied for far too long, and really policies that don't affect you directly but affect corruption in Washington. So there's a lot of ways that we can get more money back to you and restart our economy essentially.
If I could take a spin on that from the Secretary of State's perspective, there's an interesting connection here. So again, the Business Services Division creates or writes businesses into existence legally. And it's not just for-profit businesses, but also nonprofit businesses. And one of the most important solutions to our societal or civil needs is from the nonprofit sector. And they are best equipped to understand the needs of a community and to implement solutions. And they use private funding, not government funding, or they can use a mix, but most of them are actually privately funded through charitable donations.